Design Thinking by Shruti Khandelwal. So, after graduation, you're excited to start your new job. Well, you make some coffee runs, you work overtime to prove yourself. You tell yourself you can do it until you realize this is going nowhere. But before depression sets in, you think, what could you have done differently starting from your first day in the office? Mostly in organizations, when you're at the bottom of the ladder, there are conflicts, too many deadlines, too much of stress, you feel you're going to burn out soon. Well, design thinking is a process that could bring back the work life, which you can enjoy. Yeah, designers are cool like that. IDEO is a global design company, and Tim Brown, the CEO, says that design thinking can be described as a discipline that uses the designer's sensibility and methods to match people's needs with what is technologically feasible and what a viable business strategy can convert into customer value and market opportunity. What he really means is you, as a leader, must unlock the creative potential of your organization no matter the industry. It's your job to set the conditions for your organization to generate, embrace, and execute on new ideas. So, are we thinking design plus think or think design? Design thinking is for every organization, company, or firm that wants best for its clients. Stages are dictated by the process. Essentially, the what and why questions are realized by reframing into a how question. You begin with your statement of intent. You discover and define the problem. You identify and develop a clear opportunity. And then you deliver a functional and proven concept. Let's discuss this a bit more. Let's take the problem of global poverty. That is your what question. To fix a problem, you first have to know why it exists. So you found the problem, you know the problem. You have to understand the problem. So from a design perspective, how the development industry defines the problem itself? Let's see. You reframe your opportunity. You will observe a natural and logical transition from a standard solution expectation to a design solution. So how can we eradicate poverty? Gets converted into why does mass poverty exist? This question will guide you to understand the processes that have created poverty over the last few centuries and continue to create it today. Is it colonialism, slavery, financial crisis, etc.? So, you incubate. This is the stage where you feed your brain with diverse stimuli, meditate, sleep on it, mull over a single topic. This is important and make sure it is efficient. From a design standpoint, you have to understand the flaw, which is a built-in blindness to power dynamics. Much like we began thinking about this workshop, we examine and address the historical patterns of both sides of the economic coin, wealth and poverty, so that we can challenge the forces that create poverty. We eliminate the gaps. The workshop showed that metaphors matter the way we approach the design solution. People thought of poverty as a cure that inoculates people, a need of an army to fight them, or a liberator for their prison doors. Instead of identifying healthcare, education, etc. as a problem, we understand that the fundamental language of the question is a cognitive barrier to what a good design thinking demands at the cause level. So we further refine our ideas. To illustrate a test, let's look at Sustainable Development Guidelines that measures poverty using GDP, or Gross Domestic Product. In order to eradicate poverty by 2030, we need to extract, produce, and consume 175 times more commodities than we presently do. This is guaranteed to cause climatic catastrophe sufficient to make our planet uninhabitable. But it's a test. We shall see the result and take it from there. Design thinking makes sure that how we understand and measure progress is at the very top of our priority list. To eradicate poverty, we deliver results which are more effective, creative, and innovative parameters that takes into account the effects on economic system and the root causes of the problem. The last stage is a realization that we need to change the problem stance from eradicating poverty to eradicating poverty creation. We scale up to understand the effects of this new parameter that can be fully comprehended on a global scale. Here's another fun process of design thinking at Stanford University where participants work on in pairs. The task here is to improve a simple experience of gifting someone. They ask the participants to interview each other's last gift giving experience. They slowly draw through the different stages of empathizing, defining, ideating, prototyping, and testing using the handouts. While discussing pros and cons, the cons of design thinking are time consuming and resource consuming process. You have to establish trust and it could be frustrating, but you have to push through. You might be afraid to test the new solutions, but you can build positive relations to ensure efficiency. The pros of design thinking are so much better. You develop the mindsets, skill sets, and tool sets of designers, artists, and innovators. You can generate ideas to seed your own innovation ecosystem. You experiment with idea generation, critical thinking, aesthetic ways of knowing, problem solving, and rapid prototyping. Additionally, you can break through barriers that have kept you stuck, connect with clients and customers more deeply to discover opportunities, and foster a culture that enhances creativity and innovation. In summary, this is a creative process that informs human-centered innovation and involves learning by doing. Even if you're not a designer, this process is a tool to improve your capacity to think more creatively on topics such as social innovation and economic justice. So, are you ready to try this at work?